Hi everyone, and welcome back. And I'm with
Professor Angelo Codevilla.
I know. I wanted to make sure that I got your last name right. I turned the page, and anyway, here we go. So, Angelo, we were talking a lot about, in a way, it's a use of a language. You've got like all of the words that we use, and they don't mean the same things anymore. It seems like all of the let me put it like this. I was kind of surprised. I always felt like what was holding our government together in a way was the Constitution.
Of course.
And lately, it seems like it's not the Constitution. It's just the people that want to follow the Constitution and agree to doing it. So it's almost like a gentleman's agreement to keep things running right.
Yeah.
And so you kind of look around. I'm kind of looking around and say, well, you can't do that, can you? You can't do that, can you? And it seems like you can do whatever you can get away with.
Well, that's right. These are not gentlemen who are doing the agreeing. These are politicians, and often worse than that. They are friends of one another, and who see a politician ultimately relates to the people who vote for him. These folks have almost gone beyond election. They are party officials who are elected because of the party and really don't care all that terribly much about those who vote for them. Now, that is truer on the Republican side than it is on the Democratic side. The Democrats have a pretty good, solid attachment to their constituencies, and they service them.
They do issue vote, and they have a great coalition of issues.
They do, and Barack Obama, awful as he is in so many ways, has proved to be a very, very good Chicago-style politician who takes care of his own. At least rhetorically, he satisfies them. The Republicans really have been very remiss in that regard. They promise, for example, to undo Obamacare, be in control of the House, which of course is formally in control of the purse strings. They can refuse to pass appropriations bills. They can refuse to fund this. They can say, there are 7 magic words in the legislative lexicon. They go like this. Nothing nothing authorized herein shall be used to fund, and then fill in the blanks. Or all funds authorized herein shall be used only for. Well, these words are not used. They could easily be used. They are not. The Republicans simply have abdicated their power and responsibility to do what they were elected to do.
You make such fine points, and I think maybe it might be wise to say, you're saying, Republicans. Well, it seems to me that there's at least two types of Republicans today. And for our Democrat friends that are watching us, if there are some, that we, I think, know who they are, but I'm not sure if they do. Basically, I think we have like conservatives in in our party. Right. I think the Tea Party, is the conservative wing of the party, if you would. And the other ones, people in the conservatives refer to the other Republicans probably as rhinos, and Republican in name only, or the moderates. I don't exactly know, but they don't represent conservatism.
Look. These days, every Republican calls himself a conservative.
Right.
They all do, because to do otherwise it would be suicide. However, you have to look at what people do, not what they say. And in fact, how they vote. John Boehner and Eric Cantor, who are running the House leadership, simply have not been faithful to their own promises. They run on one basis and govern on another. This is simply so. They can call themselves whatever they like, but the fact is, here we are. They've had power now in the House for 3 years. What have they done with it? Whatever it is, it's certainly not what they promised to do. Now, that's not really an issue of conservatism. That has to do simply with responsibility. Why, on what basis are you elected? And how then do you act? Are you for real or are you not?
Okay, now the conservatives say that we put into the House of Representatives seems that once they get there, they must be pulled into an area in your article, that I guess the conservatives would be like the country
Party,
the country politic, if you would, and then there's the Beltway.
That's right.
Okay, and so it seems like once you get in the Beltway, there's some refined air. There's something going on up there, and
well, look, it isn't just it's not simply the Beltway. Consider what certain Republican governors have done.
You're right there as well.
Rick Scott, the governor of Florida, John Kasich, the governor of Ohio. These are people who campaigned very, very strongly against Obamacare.
Right.
And now, even though the Supreme Court gave them an out, gave them the opportunity not to take part in Obamacare, they have decided to do so. Why? Ideology has nothing to do with it. It has everything to do with the lobbies that are supporting them. And these lobbies, namely the hospital associations, the insurance companies, these are the same people who crafted Obamacare together with Obama, not for the benefit of the general public, but for their own benefit. These outfits, via Obamacare, are getting captive customers. Captive customers under terms designed by themselves, because, of course, when as the regulations are written by the bureaucracy, they are written with the help, cooperation, and initiative of these hospital associations, insurance companies, etc. These are the lobbies. These are the interests that the Republican governors are listening to, and they're listening to them for financial reasons. Yeah, they have common financial interests.
Okay, I believe you make statements in there, or somehow the ruling class thinks that I guess the country class, if we're going back to the terms that we've kind of put out there, we're not right about anything.
Well, not only are we not right, we are incapable of being right. Barack Obama really is an excellent example, a very clear and obvious example of this. Whenever he describes those who disagree with him, he never credits them with any reason or right. No, their motives are always either stupidity or greed or some kind of motive that is not worth taking into account.
It's kind of like the example: Republicans don't care about clean air.
Well, no,
don't care about feeding
furthermore,
old
we're
people.
stupid, you see.
So
the main thing is that we are stupid. The rest of us are stupid. They know better. And it's no use arguing with idiots such as ourselves.
So we get no argument.
We get no argument. We simply have to shut up and do what we're told.
I see it like, we're kind of set up as like a straw man with an argument that we don't even have.
That's right.
Slapped around for it.
Slapped around.
And not listened to, and then we go back to,
Furthermore, and by the way, you who think as you do, you really shouldn't be thinking that way. You have no right to think that way. And it's shameful for you to think that way. And so why don't you stay home, ashamed, and learn your lesson, and pay your taxes and obey.
There's certainly a lot of force and pressure to shut one up if you're if you're an old style
and of course you're
American,
a racist.
So
and of course you're a racist. You're a racist. You're stupid. You're greedy, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If you disagree,
okay.
There is no substantive argument.
And we're going to be leaving soon from the segment, but that was clearly shown, I believe, too, in the with the birth of the Tea Party, when all media seemed to treat at least legacy media and most media, and treat the Tea Party as if they were, fools, astroturf. I mean, everything
Scum
but
of the
legitimate.
earth. Scum of the earth. Yeah, well, that's not casual. This is something that, look, I spent most of my life on university campuses. This is what is taught on university campuses about the rest of America. That we are essentially worthless. And unless we learn our lesson and imitate our betters,
Okay.
why we may have some certain civil rights, but that's too bad.
Oh gosh, okay. We're going to take our break, and Alan, then we'll come back with a little bit, and we'll tie this up and let people know what we're probably going to be talking about in the next couple of segments. It'll be on another day. So stay with us right here on TSPN.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.
Hi everyone, we're going to wrap this up. I'm with Angelo Codevilla, and he's Professor Emeritus at Boston University. He's a fellow at the Claremont Institute. We've been talking about problems with Republicans and also basically just government itself. It doesn't seem to want to listen to a lot of the people, at least from our side, a conservative side. And when we come back, we're going to have another segment, and we'll be trying to talk about, like, what do we think we can do to help change this and maybe, get our country back? So stay with us here on TSPN.